You are listening to WHCM 88.3 FM, Palatine, Illinois, a broadcast station of Harper College and its Board of Trustees. Before we get started, let's just share the thoughts and ideas presented on the show are our own and not necessarily reflective of the opinions of WHCM, Harper College, or their Board of Trustees. We were just talking about how proud of myself I was for my title for the show today, which is Print versus Screen.
Which is so awesome.
Because I'm so tired of going movies and TV shows, So I'm like, we need a better word.
Now it's really sinking in. That you're genius.
That's why I was like, no.
Screen.
And then if you said screen, it's like, oh, then we have to say print. Because then that just sounds better. We sound like we know what we're talking about. And if you don't know why this is such a big deal, it's because it is. I just went really dark there for a second.
Can you hear anything?
It went really low. Are we fuzzy? We shouldn't be that fuzzy. Are you? Can you hear us?
Yeah. I can't hear myself.
Okay, better. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah, just in our headphones, it went like, oh my gosh, I'm gone.
I thought I just lost hearing.
Yeah. So you're listening to Streamingverse right now here on WHCM Harper Radio. You can also listen to us harperradio.com if you're in the local area and already listening to us on 88.3 FM. I said that backwards. But we're also on YouTube Live. You want to look for the Harper Radio channel, and that's where I proudly put the title of our show.
Did you say harperradio.com?
I believe I did.
Okay.
But if I didn't, you did.
Sorry.
So we're good. It was but I said it backwards. I should have said, if you're listening locally at 88.3 FM, just know you can also listen wherever you go on harperradio.com. And if you're so inclined, check out a visual medium and head over to YouTube Live and look for the Harper Radio channel. How's that?
I don't know why you haven't kicked me off the show yet, because that was really good. And I'm over here like, I went to pick up a prescription today.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm here to pick up a prescription. And then I was like, and then I couldn't even say my name. I was like, Nina? And my mom was like, can you speak?
No,
apparently I can't.
I found out that, and I think it's because of this show, even at work I'll do this when I'm doing a training or in a meeting or something like that. I will say the full word even if I'm out of breath.
Oh my God.
So like I've been watching and then blah, 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 reach sure. Like I will like push that word out. And I think it's because of being on the air, I try to finish my sentence or my word, even if I have to push it out. So I find myself, because when you're on call, sometimes you just talk, and all of a sudden it's like,
right. Oh God.
I have no more breath, but I have to breathe,
Yeah.
but I have to get this word out first. Yeah.
Oh my God, that happens to me all the time. I don't know if I necessarily push through. I don't know what I do.
Well, it sounds like that's what you were doing with the prescription. You didn't know the word. Did you hear that?
Yes. Is that your glasses?
That's my glasses.
Oh my God. I don't know if it picked up through the microphone or I just heard that.
Yeah, that's a good question. Which way? I always wondered. I've been wondering for a couple weeks now. It's like, when is someone going to text me and they're all going to hear it?
Chastity text you.
Yes, Chastity text me.
I got it.
In fact, why?
Did you hear it?
You can hear it.
Oh my God, you can hear it on air.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because it's probably because it's so close to my, ear, and then the mic being right there and stuff like that. Luckily, I don't get many texts because I've been wearing these for 3 weeks now. I mean, during the show, but I've been wearing these for 3 weeks now, and this is the first time. But the nice part is now we can start by what have we been streaming with Chastity and Aaron, who've both chimed in.
Yep.
Which is amazing. So Chastity's been watching. Oh, you'll be happy about this. The new Daredevil on Disney Plus.
Yay! I have not watched it yet.
Neither have I, but I knew you'd be excited. And I am going to watch. I'm excited about watching it. And
oh my God.
And Aaron has been streaming Adolescent and Deli Boys.
I've heard of Adolescence. That's new, right? I believe that's the new I heard something about it, and of course I
It's actually, I'm thinking of having Erin on the show. Erin doesn't know this yet, to discuss it because she just finished it and it's kind of related to what she's doing for work right now. On one of the shows you can't be on. I was thinking of having her on and watching it because I find it fascinating. Yeah, it's about a 13-year-old who kills this girl.
Now I'm really curious what Erin's doing. Hello?
And so it's fascinating though because it's 4 episodes and each one covers like a scene or a segment of what's happening.
Oh.
Like, so it's the boy at school, it's the boy dealing, like talking to someone about what happened. It's how his family's dealing with it on the first day. It's really good. And even though, and Erin, you don't know this yet because I haven't talked to you about it yet, I think you can totally have spoilers because it's the way it's delivered that's amazing. And this boy who plays this 13-year-old is 15. It's the first time he's ever acted.
Oh my God.
And he's amazing. I mean, he's so good.
Wow.
And it also really, okay, so this is a spoiler. I think it really shows that someone, because you see all these kids who do bad things. And the first thing everyone wants to do is go, well, bad parents.
Sure.
That was wrong. And I think it really kind of showed that it's just a bad circumstance that sometimes you just can't control because the same child in a different circumstance would be fine.
Interesting. Sorry, I'm responding to Erin.
We're finding out. What does she do? I'm going to have you pronounce this one, not me.
A diagnostician in neuropsychology.
Yep.
Is that, I don't, Erin, tell me if I screwed that up. Very interesting. That makes much more sense. I don't know where I was going with that. I was thinking more just because of the image on TV Time here, which, by the way, if you don't follow us on TV Time, you can check us out at streaming_verse, where I've made a list of our entire show topic tonight, and it is very extensive, so just give me a break and look at it.
So what have you been streaming?
Okay,
Nina?
so I watched a very strange movie, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Okay, what was the movie?
It was called Welcome to Me. It was
Okay.
streaming on Peacock. It's with Kristen Wiig,
Okay,
which is why
right.
I turned it on. So the first part of the movie, and like a good majority of it, it just felt like viewers were supposed to be laughing at this character, and her one personality trait is that she has, I wrote it down, borderline personality disorder.
Okay.
So it's not like, it's just like weird because there's nothing else to her really other than that she has borderline personality. So that's why she's doing all of these things. You know what I mean?
Okay, gotcha.
There's not
yeah.
like another, and it's kind of, everyone's laughing at her, and I'm like, it was just like, it was very weird to watch because of course there were funny elements because she would pronounce like carbohydrates like, how did she say it? Oh my God.
I know, but I'm laughing because I mispronounce everything, so I get
So do I.
that. Yeah.
Like carb, I already forgot and I watched it last night. This is ridiculous. Carbnits or something. Like she would pronounce words funny, and the entire concept is she wins the radio. No. I just read the word radio. She wins the lottery and wins like 68 million, like an absurd amount of money. So then, and this isn't a spoiler, she starts paying because she loves TV. She's obsessed with like Oprah and like talk shows. So she pays this network to put on like a show about her. So the title of the show is Welcome to Me, where she
okay.
talks about herself for 2 hours. And it's awesome. Like I would totally watch that.
I get, in a way, that's kind of what our show is.
It's literally our show. So yeah, except we're not on for 2 hours
Right.
and we didn't win the lottery.
Yeah, that's true.
But the ending was really cute. Linda Cardellini is in it. She plays her best friend. And the ending was really cute. I almost cried. But yeah, I was very like, how do I feel about this? It was made, I just looked it up. It was made in 2014. So maybe that has something to do with it. But
That's so funny because I've been living in 2014 with most of my watches lately.
really
Oh, yeah.
interesting. So what have
And-
you been streaming?
Well, I'm going to mention this one, but I really have to mention another one too because I've been dying to share this. But Drama World, I started that yesterday. And actually, I was thinking if Erin hasn't seen this, she needs to see this. And I think it is 2014. I'm wondering if it was originally on, like, you know how Facebook used to have shows? I was wondering if it was,
Yes.
because they're like 15-minute long shows, but it's about a girl who loves Korean dramas so much that she gets sucked into one.
Oh, Aaron would love it.
Yeah.
Aaron would love it.
And the actress who is the one who loves the Korean dramas, who gets sucked into them, is also on Yellow Jackets. She plays
Oh, yeah.
Baeyeon on Yellow Jackets.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, well, this looks interesting. And again, it's 2014, but I've been living in that with like Rubicon too, because I was talking about how much I love Rubicon, but that's 2011. Finally broke down this weekend and paid the $4 to watch the
my
last two
God.
episodes. It was worth it, but I'm still salty.
Understandable.
But what I really wanted to share, which I've been waiting to share for weeks, is this fascinating show that I watched. So
Okay.
it's called Tucker's Witch. The show isn't that great. That's not the point of this share.
Okay.
But what is fascinating and why I think everyone should watch this is they have the pilot. This is on Amazon Prime. They have the pilot, which has two different actors for the wife and the husband. So it's the wife and the husband with this one set of actors. And Kim Cattrall is actually the wife in this first pilot episode. In the second episode, it's a different wife and husband. But everything else is exactly the same. Everyone, I'm sure they even edited in original scenes that they weren't in from the first one. But it's fascinating to see how a different
Yeah.
set of characters can make the biggest difference and how
Wow.
good something is. I mean, I think it's a really good like case study like that they should show
Yeah.
like in school because Kim Cattrall is the witch. I mean, I like her in some of the stuff she's done. She's very whimsical. Like she was in a movie called Mannequin years ago
Okay.
where she's a mannequin that comes to life. And so she has these whimsical qualities. As in Sex and the City, she's a little bit more edgier. But being this witch, she was that way. And it's like, she doesn't belong in this role. I mean, I was watching it going, this is so stupid. But then when I realized the second episode was the same episode, but with different characters.
Oh, it's the same.
It's the exact same episode. So the pilot episode and the first episode that aired is the exact same script, the exact same every other character, except for the lead female and the lead male.
That's so interesting to me that they didn't take the first one down. You know, like when they sold it to a streaming service,
Right. No.
that they weren't like, oh yeah, we messed up.
Yeah.
You know, like casting wise. That's
Both.
so interesting.
So it's a fascinating watch just to
Yeah.
really see how, like, you know, when you think of a movie, well, what if this person had been in it? Well, it might have been awful, or why didn't they cast so-and-so? It could have been a lot better. This really shows how, even with all the other supporting being the same, even with these same, I'm sure, editors, the same directors, the same everything, how different something can be. It was a
That's
fascinating.
insane.
So I highly suggest. I mean, I know, you know, you don't like watching things that I suggest necessarily.
Okay.
But just to watch it.
No,
and
I'm
just
intrigued.
to see how much of a difference that made. In fact, I'm a little disappointed, and I think I know why they did this. Kim Cattrall's dark hair,
Okay.
and the lead male had lighter hair in that pilot episode. But when they switched it, the main actress had lighter hair, so therefore I think they changed out the male actor to have dark hair. I think they wanted light and dark hair because I was like, the male actor was great. I just really didn't like Kim Cattrall.
Oh.
But I think they changed out both.
Probably.
Also the chemistry probably too. But I think it was also the light and dark hair. I think they were looking for that mismatch. And she's a witch. So it's kind of funny. You might enjoy it for this.
Yeah.
Because it's like the early 2000s. I'm not looking at the exact time it came out. So it's like the weird
1980s.
19. That's right. It is 1980s. That's right. Kim Cattrall was young. Then I forgot. It was So it's the weird like sound effects for
Oh,
when
I
she does
love it.
her witchcraft stuff.
She does her witch.
So that's what
That's so
I've been meaning to talk about this for weeks because I found it fascinating from that point of view, from a casting point of view, and
Yeah.
because and I watched it intently just to go, it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same.
Wow.
Except for the
That's-
two lead people. And all the scenes were the same.
I'm gonna need to go watch that because I mean, casting directors don't win Oscars and they should
Yes.
because it makes all the difference. Like it can make or break a film.
Yeah.
I can't think of an example right now.
And I don't think when you normally have examples, they're not exactly the same. So you might go like in Back to the Future, it was Eric Stoltz who was originally cast, and he didn't last for whatever reason, I don't remember. And then they cast I can't think of his name right now.
For
Marty
I don't know.
McFly. He has Parkinson's, famously as Parkinson's. Michael J. Fox. They cast him as that character, but I'm sure when you look at like the when they were trying out, that's not the same script. Or you look at the couple things he
Right.
filmed, they probably changed things. But what's fascinating about this pilot and then the original, then what they had ended up airing, is it's exactly the same. So it's almost like an archaeological find. It's
Right.
like, look what they used to did in the old one.
That's so interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. Yeah, it was early 80s, 1982 to 1983.
Okay, yeah. So I highly just head over to Prime and check those two out, especially if you're in the field and interested in anything like that.
It's very interesting. Is it time we take a quick break?
Erin's adding Drama World to her list.
Oh, I did see that, yes.
Yeah, let's take a quick break. You are listening to WHCM here on Harper Radio. This is Streaming Verse with Nina and Chris, and we're going to read a couple of PSAs so you can know what's happening at Harper College. It is spring break right now, so it's kind of chill today.
It's very chill. All right, I'm going to talk about a club. I feel like we never talk about clubs because they're never in here. All right, Triple H, Hip Hop at Harper. Oh, I see what they did there. All levels welcome, performance opportunities, and fun activities. Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. in M2501. Contact our advisor, Dr. B. That is BB39194 at harpercollege.edu for more information.
Okay.
And I didn't put the camera on myself.
Was it on me the
Yeah,
whole
I'm
time? And
sorry.
I'm like, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. I was just highlighting the things I've talked about.
Oh, I should do that.
For those in search of knowledge, come to Harper College Library, located in Building F, floors 2 and 3. You'll have access to computers, printers, and all the books you can imagine. The library also houses a collection of over 20,000 movies and albums. Plus, check out their vinyl for classic records and new favorites. I'm sorry, I felt like it changed tense at that point, and
did.
it threw me off.
It did. It did.
It's funny how I can read almost anything and go blah, 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 blah. It's like, wait a minute, it just changed tense.
Yeah.
What is happening?
Hold on.
For those in search of knowledge, come to the Harper Library. Woo! Harper College Library, located in Building F, floors 2 and 3. You'll have access to computers, printers, and all the books you can imagine. The library, because isn't that like the library, or that third person, right? I go, maybe it didn't change tense.
I don't
Whatever,
know.
it
I'd
felt
have to
like
look at it.
Plus, check out their vinyl for classic records and new favorites. The library is also a great place to study, research, or just relax. For more information, visit harpercollege.edu/library.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Did you like my relax?
It was really good. It was really good.
It was a drama-filled relax.
I like it.
I appreciate you letting me talk about all the things I've streamed because there was a lot that I had to get out.
Absolutely, because I've only watched 2 things this week, so it worked out
Okay,
perfectly.
perfect. Yeah, and I did, of course, one of the other ones I had talked about was Adolescence, but we did talk about that as well. I didn't think I was going to watch it. I was like, I can't watch this.
Right.
No, I can't. And I'm like, okay, but it's getting a lot of good reviews. Erin
Yeah.
had said the same thing, so I'm like, okay. So I started it, and then I couldn't stop.
I love that.
I was like,
It's only 4 episodes.
And that was the
Right?
best. That's the other thing. It was only 4 episodes. So I figured, okay, even if I do end up watching it, it's only 4 episodes.
Yeah.
It's like the Don't Mess with Cats one. It was like, I'm sucked in, but at least it's only 3 episodes.
Don't mess with cats.
It's not mess. It's an F word that we
oh,
can't
yeah,
say.
yeah. I think I've seen that as well. My chair squeaked, and I
I thought it was laughing.
that's what I heard.
Yeah, I heard laughing. Okay.
So did I.
Your chair's laughing at you.
It is.
All right, so you want to dive into the topic?
Let's do it.
And just so you know, Chastity and Ben actually have recommended this. You guys should talk about this.
Oh, okay.
So it's partially where it came from, but also like this is kind of a nice, easy topic for us because apparently we've
Yeah.
both read the book
We know a lot.
and seen the movie or TV show.
Yeah. Also, pretty sure we have done something like this in the past.
Yes.
I know we did it for lessons in chemistry.
Mhm.
We took a deep dive into the book and
Yes.
the series. So check us out on YouTube. I was trying to look for it, but that was back when we didn't title our
Oh, that's
shows.
true.
So I'm gonna have to cross match it with the Instagram post because you made a really good Instagram post for that
yeah.
one.
Yeah, we've done it for that, and we've definitely had conversations before.
We have for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think we've fully dedicated quite a bit for it.
Yeah, we've done specific subjects like lessons
Mm-hmm.
in chemistry. It's like we're doing this, and we've talked about, oh, I like this or not like this, because I
Right.
know we've talked about the whole. The movie is not the book. It's a
Yeah.
different interpretation by the artist. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, blah 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 blah.
That's
Which one
the
was
one.
better?
And it's so funny because I did my whole list,
Yeah.
and then I realized I got to stop because I had too many.
Yeah, that's what happened to me.
And I was walking through the house this morning, like I think to get a cup of coffee, while I was working,
Mm-hmm.
and I forgot Fahrenheit 451?
451, I believe. Yeah.
Both movies were trash.
All right. Well, I have not seen the movie, so.
Have you read
I
the
will-
book?
No, not yet.
You've never read Fahrenheit
I
451?
haven't.
It's fascinating.
I know, I hear all about it, and it's like on my endless list of like, I have like 500 books on my
Yeah.
to be read
It's
list.
short though. It's Ray Bradbury, so it's a short little book.
Oh, I've read a lot of Ray Bradbury.
Yeah.
Against my will, but I've read them.
What's fascinating though about, I don't know why I'm doing this, but it's really relevant today because one of the things is on it is like everyone will have these big screens, like multiple screens in the living room, and it's watching like reality TV.
Oh my god.
And this was written like in the 60s or something like that.
Yeah, that's
So-
like.
That was my foot on the
Oh,
chair.
I was like, is your chair laughing at you now?
Yes. I turned my chair on the
Oh.
foot. I turned my foot on the
The
foot of the chair, and yeah.
it's like, jeez. That's like what is it? Oh God, it's a jumble of it's a year 1884. It's
1984. No.
Is that no? Where they're burning all the books
1984 is also
in a
dystopian.
fascist regime.
Yes, that's also 1984.
Okay. Is
They-
it- I thought it was 1841.
Oh, no.
I get numbers
What
confused.
is that? George Orwell, 1984.
Okay, yeah. The Animal Farm dude.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And it's only like
Got it.
because I graduated high school around that time. We won't discuss the year. So we were all talking about it all the time because it was coming up. It's like, is this going to be happening tomorrow? Like, when is this going to happen? Little did
Now.
we know it would be happening. We had to wait till
2025.
2025.
Yeah.
Yes.
You just have to wait a little bit.
He was off by 40 years.
Yeah,
Other
it's
than
okay.
that, life is good.
It caught up.
Yeah.
It always does.
We got
right?
there.
Yeah. Ugh. Okay, anyways. Sorry. Do you just had a moment. Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
You can start because I've
Okay.
already thrown out Fahrenheit 451. I'm good.
Okay, I'm going to start with the thing that I wrote the most about. Okay, so Queen's Gambit on Netflix.
Yes.
It's a 2020 miniseries. The book was written in 1983,
Wow, that took
which
a
I was
minute.
like, whoa, especially because it's about a female chess player who's like literally it's about feminism and it's written by a dude, which like, okay, sir.
Yeah.
Whatever. But The miniseries stars Anya Taylor-Joy, which I love. And I think the series of the TV the TV series, I like that better because I'm not very good at chess. Although, like, in my mind, I really, really want to be, but I'm not trying hard to achieve that whatsoever. During quarantine, after this first came out, I taught myself how to play chess, and my brother has this, like, marble chessboard, and so I would, like, be like, Deegan, please just play with me, please. And I got decent for, like, a week, and then I didn't play, and so then I forgot. Yeah, and then I challenged Susanna's little brother not too long ago, and it was actually horrific how quickly he beat me, and he's like 12.
Did he do that 4-move thing and get rid of you and knock you out?
I don't even know. Probably.
I don't know the names of anything. Nick played chess in school. Like, he was actually the chess master, as they're called.
That's so cool.
Really wanted Nick to stick with it, but he didn't want to stick with it because it's a lot. I mean, to become very good, you have to keep practicing and practicing. Nick had notebooks. Like, this was club after school, so I could pick him up later. Like,
oh my God.
you know, I mean, he was a smart kid too, so it was actually a very good activity. And if you knew what he has inherited in his life because of chess, it's kind of fascinating. But yeah, so I watched him and I would play with him and I learned about this 4-move thing. Like, you can knock somebody out, which is not a fair thing to do in competitions, but he got knocked out that way. And so then he played his dad one time and I'm like, do it to your dad, do it. Because his dad always wanted to beat him all the time. So I'm like, do it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Nick has inherited from his grandparent a handmade marble coffee table. So the coffee table's wood, but it has drawers with all the handmade chess pieces.
Oh my
and the
God.
chessboard itself is this marble inset in the table.
Oh my God, that's gorgeous.
He also has like a travel chess set that you roll up like on this canvas thing. Harry Potter chess set.
Of course. That's awesome.
Another wooden chess. At one point he came home because, like you said, everyone was playing chess during the pandemic. And then his, at the time, fiance, she was like, oh, I think she played, but not as much as he played at the time. And so they started playing all the time because everyone was playing chess.
Right.
But there were so many. So he came home and we kept like finding all these chess sets because you need one for everything. You bring the one in the bag with the roll up thing because you have all the pieces in the bag and the scorecards because he has all the scorecard stuff. And then you roll up the actual chess board and stick it in this little whole thing. That way you can just carry it with you. You can go on a picnic and play chess, and you can go here and play chess.
That's so fun.
So he's like 4 chess sets or something like that.
That's so awesome.
But yeah, I'm like you. Like, I remember in 5th grade, someone trying to teach me, and all I got is I know the pawns can, just move one. You know what I mean? Like a couple of those things, and then a couple of them like do L. I think the horsey dude. Yes, that's what I call him. The horsey dude.
The horsey does the L.
Right, the L.
And the bishop. Whoa, goes diagonal. I know it. It's just I'm not good at it.
Right, because it's strategy. Like,
it is, and I can't. If I'm playing a game, I'm normally playing it for fun. So if I have to think that, like, I have to sit down for the rest of the day and, like, not do anything. But that's the thing about the book. I feel like if you knew chess really well, like Nick, you would be able to go, oh, okay, this makes complete sense because they're like, rook to d5 or whatever.
Yeah.
But reading it, even though I've like played chess like a couple times in my life, I don't know the significance of those
Rook
moves.
to a cloud somewhere. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. So in the series, it's like everyone's reaction around it, even though they're saying the moves as they're doing it, it's the audience's reaction that really gets like, oh, okay,
Right.
I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Even though you really don't. So the TV series actually makes me seem like I know what I'm talking about because I'm like, oh man, it's getting heated now, just because I'm watching the reactions of the people in like the extras.
But in the book, you're like, I don't know.
But in the book, I'm like, I don't know what that means, and then someone's like, yay, not actually, but and then I'm like, Oh, wow. That was so good. I totally knew what they were talking
Good for
about.
you.
Yeah, good job. Good job.
You're listening to Streaming Verse here on WHCM, Harper College Radio. I don't know, I'm just going to keep talking. You're listening to WHCM 88.3 FM, Palatine, Illinois, a broadcast station of Harper College and its Board of Trustees. Just a reminder, the thoughts and ideas presented on the show are our own and not necessarily reflective of the opinions of WHCM, Harper College, or its Board of Trustees.
Woo.
Okay. My turn.
Your turn.
Well, should I go eat? No, I'll go the easy one because you can join in on this conversation for sure.
Let me guess. No,
Yes.
don't actually let me guess. Do it.
Guess.
Wicked?
No. Something that I haven't read all the book of Wicked, so I can't count that one. That's my one that people might not know. But you've seen the movie, but I don't know if you've read the book. And you often forget the quotes from this movie. And your
The Princess Bride.
Yes.
I've read the book,
Good. Okay.
which is even more depressing that I've read, that I don't know the quotes.
This is one of the rare situations where both are amazing.
Yeah.
Both are
I
so
agree.
good. And I think it's because the author is actually a screenwriter. So he knew what he was doing.
Right.
He knew it all. But again, like we were talking about earlier with casting, the casting of the movie was perfect.
Oh my God, yeah.
Because they did switch a little bit around, and off the top of my head, I can't tell you what it was, and I can't go look this up. But in the book, there's like 2 or 3 sentences of dialogue that are switched between, oh my gosh, I'm talking about the Princess Bride. I don't even know all their names. The Giant and...
I know his real name, but I can't think of his
I know.
character's name.
I know it's Andre the Giant,
Yeah.
and I know it's Mandy Patinkin, right?
I don't know.
But I forget their actual names. Hello, my name is...
Inigo Montoya.
right, him. So there's a couple lines switched between those two in the book.
Okay.
So they switched
Yeah.
them for the movie.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's exactly the same. And the actors who portrayed those characters were so perfect in their roles.
They really were.
I mean, you could not have cast that movie any better.
No.
I'm not even really a Robin Wright fan. Love her in that movie.
So my mom read a book that the main actor, the main guy, Wesley.
Yeah.
Wesley, that's his name.
Corey Hughes. It's ELW. Like, I can't pronounce the name. Like,
Okay, him.
Corey.
Yeah, Corey. He wrote about filming The Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Apparently it was very, very good and like interesting, and everyone just seemed to have like a great time on set. If I'm recalling her synopsis of the book correctly, which I could not be. I could just be making that up.
I might not have his
But-
name right. I'm like a little upset right now.
Wesley.
No, Wesley's definitely right. Just
No,
the
I
actor.
yeah.
Wesley is spot on. Is it not Corey?
I can't think of her name though.
Carrie.
Carrie. Oh, you were so close.
Buttercup. Princess Buttercup.
Princess Buttercup. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, Inigo Montoya and the Giant.
Wait, it's Indigo?
Fezzik. It says Inigo. No, I didn't. I tried to say Inigo. Inigo Montoya.
I thought it was Inigo Montoya.
I used to think it was Indigo myself, but I'm seeing Inigo.
My name is Indigo. No.
Inigo.
Inigo?
Inigo. I'm not saying I'm pronouncing it right.
No. Inigo. I thought it was.
Inigo. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think.
But it's said it's with an I. It makes sense because he's probably from a place where I is pronounced E.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Inigo. Yeah, it's Inigo
Is it
Montoya.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Fezzik.
Yes. God, I haven't seen
But-
that movie in a while.
I know it's so good too.
That's so
It
good.
is one of the most voted movies to never remake.
Yeah.
People
they
get
cannot.
angry when they talk about remaking Princess Bride. It's so funny.
Show topic idea. Shows we don't want to, or
There we go.
movies we.
Never remake them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's so funny because every once in a while, like you hear murmurings, people go, nope.
No.
Like because in the past year, there's been murmurs about it. No, do not do it.
No, I don't. Yeah.
I mean, you can't recreate Have Fun Storming the Castle. You cannot recreate Billy Crystal in that scene.
No. You can try, but you
right.
won't.
No, and Andre the Giant was
Yeah.
such a soft, gentle Fezzik, and anybody want a peanut? Like,
So good.
it was so there, and the way that, like you said in the book, like that Carrie wrote, they had a great time
Yeah.
as well, which I think also speaks a lot to how people receive a film. Is they can sense that from the product that they're getting, from what they're viewing.
Yeah. Apparently one time, if I'm recalling this right, I may not be, but I'm pretty sure that I am. They went to a hotel and they were drinking a lot, and Andre passed out in the lobby of the hotel, and nobody could move him. So they just put like cones around him, and he slept in the hotel lobby that night.
I would believe that because he drank a lot.
Which is crazy because like, how do you get drunk when there's that much of you?
Right, exactly. And he was in a lot of pain. Even
Yeah.
during the filming of that, he was in a lot of pain. He even had problems holding Robin Wright, who probably weighed, 90 pounds
Right.
at that time.
And to him, that's like,
Right, and because he was
yeah.
huge. But
Oh my gosh.
yeah. So both, I think, like I said, are one of the rare times. Both are just amazing.
Yeah. Completely agree with that. That was a good one. This shocked me. Sorry.
Okay.
I have a buzzer. I did not know that this was a book.
Okay.
The Devil Wears Prada.
I did not either. I mean, I think I've since read it, but I did not know that either. Like, I had no clue. Like, but I
Okay.
was also prepping for the show, so.
Yeah, no, that's so
Yeah.
fair.
So I'm saying it, yes, but it's not the first time I've heard that. But yeah,
Yes.
no, I had no idea.
I didn't know that either because I specifically vividly, that's what I'm looking for, remember the first time I saw that movie.
Mm-hmm.
We were in a campground and we all went to my grandparents' motorhome, and they had this like small TV that was like above the driving. You opened a cabinet and there was like a TV there.
Okay.
And we watched Devil Wears Prada. I don't know how, I was really young. I don't know how old I was, but I was like, the redhead's pretty. No, but I really liked it, and like I've watched it so many times since then. But yeah, the book was published in 2003, and it was written by Lauren Westberger. Sorry, I did not pronounce that right, but I had no idea. I was reading stuff, and I was like, wow, a lot of these shows that we're talking about, like, I knew they were books. Like, nothing really surprised me. But then I saw that, and I was like, I can see it. Like, I can see the fact that it was a book,
Right.
but I didn't know that.
Yeah. And that's the one I was going to bring up. And you and I know this, but a lot of people don't. And it's really popular right now, Wicked. Like, Wicked is a book. Wicked is don't give it to your child to read.
No. People put,
The musical is such a cleaned up version of that book.
oh my God. They put Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande on the cover of that book, and suddenly everyone was like, oh, it's a children's book.
Oh,
It is not a children's book.
No, it is not a children's book.
It is
at
not
all.
a young adult
And
book.
it's a big book. It's a huge book.
And it's a series of 4 big
Oh,
books.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so but when I first, because I went and saw it originally, like the musical, when it was in Chicago, and so that's when I learned it was a book, and I started reading it, and then I was like, I'm raising a child, I don't have time for this big book. I can't.
Just yeah. That's yeah.
But you see the musical and you think, oh. So I almost think if you were to pick one, pick the musical. Just go see the musical.
yeah.
You really have to be open-minded. Although I would say the musical that is now on Peacock, if you want to watch
Yes.
Wicked, and they have both. They both have the original movie release and the sing-along version on Peacock.
I don't need the sing along. I know the lyrics.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I need the sing-along, and I think I might be doing that like this weekend.
Yes.
But I know I actually really want a karaoke thing, like even though
Yeah.
like I'm home alone.
That's the
I need a
best
karaoke
time to karaoke.
Right? It's like,
Literally the second like my parents would leave when I was younger, I'd pull up Sing King karaoke on YouTube and I'd freaking belt it out. And then
but I
I'd,
need a microphone because
yeah.
you have to have like
You-
not a hairbrush. I need a
No,
microphone.
You have to have a microphone. And then I'd hear like the garage door open or like the door open and I'd just go silent and pretend like I was doing nothing. And they would walk in and like they probably like why would they care?
Right.
Oh, but I cared. I would sing
That's so funny.
I would put on World Burn. This is I don't know why I'm just like telling myself out to the internet right now. I would put on I have these rainbow heels. This is just telling you that this is not that distant of a thing that happened.
Yeah. This is also a version of Welcome to Me, like I said. except for-
Exactly. I would make
We
people
have no
sit down
money.
and watch this. I have these rainbow sparkly heels that I got on clearance for like dirt cheap once, and they're so obnoxious and I love them. And I had like scrap paper and I would sing World Burn from Mean Girls the Musical and I'd like reenact it and my cats would just be like,
Which, by the way, was also a book.
cats?
Mean Girls. And
Oh,
cats.
Mean Girls, yeah.
And cats.
Mean Girls, or no, I mean, Cats was like poems,
It's a
right?
collection. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, yeah. But that's what they're singing.
It is, yeah.
the poems.
It's true.
You were talking about singing that. It's so funny because, like, I do sing in my house. I don't always have a microphone, although sometimes I do. Like,
Yes.
I have my hairbrush and it's a microphone.
Uh-huh.
I remember, though, when my son was younger. By the way, I found out that Nick now sometimes listens to the show, like, after work because where he lives, it's 5 o'clock. So he's listening to the
God.
show. So, Nick, if you're listening, sorry, I'm outing you. So, and I'm sure he sang other times too, but he sang around the house all the time.
I
And he
love
would
that.
sing Johnny Cash songs, which was amazing.
Oh my God.
So-
I think I've heard this before.
You might have heard this before. So we were on a family vacation one time and my brother was there and my brother's like, Nick, sing. And Nick would not sing in front of anybody. And it was so funny because that's what made me think of you. It's like, wow, we really had a decent relationship. That
Yeah.
He did not worry about singing in front of me. Like,
Yeah. No, I'm
it was
mortified.
not a big deal. Where anyone else, though, he was like, nope,
Yeah.
I'm not singing. Not going to happen.
I'm mortified. Even the thought, I mean, obviously they know now, the thought of my parents knowing that I would sing is like mortifying
Yeah.
to me.
No. I don't have a good voice, but I don't care.
Oh, I don't have a good
I
voice
used
either.
to sing at McDonald's restaurant when I was like doing drive-through, so I'd have to like
that's
do
awesome.
drive-through and then go collect the food. I was singing all the time, and some customer heard me apparently one time, and someone told me this, and he's like, "Well, she must be happy," and I'm like, "Trying to be, just singing my song." I
Yeah.
don't care.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Oh my God.
Yeah, and I don't claim to have a voice. Let's just be real about that.
No, but it's fun. You don't need a voice to.
No, and see, that's why you shouldn't care.
That's why I shouldn't, but I don't know. I don't know.
I have to say, though, doing the prep for this show,
Mm-hmm.
I realized Hollywood really needs some imaginative screenplay ideas
Oh,
because so
yeah.
many things are based on books. So many. And then I thought about, like, even the ones I haven't read. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, Princess Diaries was a book. I can't think, like, Devil Wears Prada, like, I didn't read that.
Yeah.
Mean Girls was a book.
Crazy Rich Asians was
Yeah.
a book.
Legally Blonde was a book.
Yeah.
It's a Wonderful Life was a book.
Daisy Jones and the Six.
Right.
good.
Made in Heaven was a book. Reese Witherspoon. It's
Hidden
actually
Figures was a
books.
book.
The Help, which I
The
actually
Help.
did read. I did read that as well. But yeah,
Yeah.
so many.
I mean, we could just spend the whole time like listing them.
So basically, all you budding authors out there, I know it's like that's the thing now. It's like, okay, maybe I'll have the book that someone wants to make into a movie or
Right.
TV series. It's crazy.
Well, that's the thing. So I go to a lot of author signings, and without a doubt, there's always someone there who goes, so would you ever consider turning it into a TV series or a movie? And they're like, oh yeah, it's in the works. Every single person has said,
Jeez.
oh, well, something's in the works. And one of them, her books are bad. Like I should have Susanna on. Okay, this,
That would be awesome. Like
Yeah.
if she would talk.
I know,
Yeah.
Susanna. So we met this author, and we were really going for like the other author there, but like we had her books.
Yeah.
And homegirl was so awkward, which like same. I'm so awkward. I can't even say prescription to a
Pharmacist.
pharmacist. Thank you for that word.
Or say pharmacist.
Or say pharmacist, apparently. I can't say anything. But she's signing books, and normally they like, you know, hey, thanks so much for coming, or like some kind of weird small talk. It's always awkward no matter what. But she didn't say one word. So then Susanna and I end up, because we're trying to like, because we're both really awkward, so we're trying to like spark conversation. So then we end up talking about Susanna's rings to each other the entire time. Okay? It was just so awkward. And then on the way home, we're like, her books aren't even good. Like, they're bad. Like,
Kind of like the other one.
they're not as bad as that.
Okay.
Not as, they're just like, they're boring, they're blah, nothing really happens. I didn't care about the characters. Like, gives me hope to become a writer one day, because
Kind of like Virgin River.
Virgin River.
That's the one that streaming cross country. Ashley and I both watch. It's on Netflix.
Oh,
and
is
it's
that-
based on a book series.
Oh,
And it's so like on Netflix the series is like it's been on for 6 years and I
Yeah.
think 9 months have passed.
oh my God. Yeah, no, thank you.
And I'm not saying they're bad books, but I'm equating
Yeah.
that it's probably similar to what you're talking about where.
Yes.
And I watch Virgin River, but just because it's one of those ones, I don't have to think too hard when I'm watching this.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely one of those, and it's also just boring, and I just don't care.
Yeah.
But she's getting her books turned into a TV series, and I'm like, how?
Okay, so apparently you just have to write 2 or 3 and you're in.
Yeah,
But I think getting a treatment and actually it getting produced are different things.
yeah, I think getting a studio's attention versus like it's actually made, because
Right.
they've been working on the adaptation for The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo for like years. And they were supposed to make a Court of Thorns and Roses series after like 15 years. No, it's not been that
Yeah,
long.
there's been a lot
After
of
like
books
10
like that.
years, they were like, I guess it's not happening.
Yeah, was it The White Devil, I think is the one? It's about the Chicago Fair, the World Fair that was here.
Oh, yeah.
They're supposed to be making a movie about that for like 10 years too,
Yeah.
which I don't think they've made yet. And like Leonardo DiCaprio was attached to it at one point.
Right. Yeah. Real smooth. Yeah.
But I have a fun little thing to share.
Oh,
So
okay.
last week we shared about protecting yourself. I
Yes.
don't remember what the positive thought was, but we're basically
I don't think
like
we had one.
being, protecting like internet stuff. And you
Online.
brought up online and you brought up Firefox.
Yeah.
I thought it was really time-wise. What's the word? Timely.
There you go.
That's the word.
You got it.
To also say, make sure you know who's in your group chats. Because I've always been like this. Like, we have a group chat for my swim team, and all of a sudden somebody showed up, and I'm like, who is so-and-so? And they didn't respond, so they were deleted and out of there.
Yep.
And we also had someone in our group chat who left the team like 2 years ago. And at one point I said, do you still want to be in our group chat? And she's like, oh, yeah, leave me in. And I'm like, you do not come to practice anymore, which is fine. Like, she's in a different life situation. That's
Yeah.
fine. But you don't interact, you're gone, because I will
Yeah.
not have someone in my group chat who I don't know why they're there. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't talk, but you're like, we see you and you are still like part of
Right.
that's fine. But yeah, always
That's
check
a
who's in
good-
your group chats.
That's
Everybody.
a
Even
very good
if
thing.
you're not supposed to be, working on global strategies for our country, you should still check, because it's a way to protect yourself and your information. And we will not be live next week, but
No.
we will have shows both Monday and Thursday at 7 p.m. So please tune in. And then there will be a live show the following week. But we're having a Streamingverse outing next Thursday, which we will share about when we are back in studio.
Yes, we will.
Thanks for listening. Keep it tuned to WHCF. Up next is Mixtape with your host, Andy.